Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm EVM and this is the Volvo C40. Very similar to the XC40, which we're very familiar with as we had that for several months over COVID as they couldn't pick it up. So interior, very similar. Exterior, clearly it's a Volvo, but this one has 400 brake horsepower, just over. It's got a big battery and, well, it's a Volvo. And most of the Volvo owners that spoke to me after the previous review said, if you know, you know. So let's just see if this carries on the Volvo-ness. You'll probably recognise the fact it's a Volvo with the massive badge. You've got the camera built into it, so they've integrated that. And of course you've got this filled-in grille, because you don't need one, obviously, with most EVs. The rest is kind of the same. This is the 22 model, the 23 is coming out very shortly, but it looks pretty much the same. And you've got the Thor-type headlights, the kind of creased bonnet going in the middle. It's a safe design, which kind of fits the old Volvo-ness. Although there is a bit of flair. It's not boring. I'm not saying it's boring. It's just not out there either. That's kind of Polestar's job. You can see the SUV proportion, or as Polestar called it, SUV imaginings, because essentially this is a Polestar 2. If I open the rear door, it's not the best, but it's, you know, it's easy to get in and out of. It's at a nice height. It is quite tall, but it's not kind of massive SUV proportions. So I think I kind of prefer its looks to the XC40. I just think most people will probably go for the XC40 for that extra practicality. Got a little bit of a concave bit going in the door, trim down the bottom, and of course the charge port is over here at the back. CCS, again, give you the usual credentials and charge rates later on. Nice to see something with normal door handles for a change. Keep it simple, stupid. The back, I think, is better than the XC40 looks. You've got a little bit of a spoiler going in, this lip, no rear wiper, which will annoy a few people, but just put some of the glass sort of ceramic coating on it, it's fine. Big Volvo badge, and look, a tow bar. This thing, I think, tows 1,750 kilograms, which for an electric car is very impressive. Of course, it's a Volvo. So let's look at the boot size. That's usually where they win out. Nice flat loading bay. It's actually quite deep, it's quite long. It's a nice Volvo-shaped boot with, well, lots of family capabilities. Definitely get your pram in that. Of course, for those people in the UK that do a lot of skiing, you've got a ski hatch. Now, I'm not going to bother taking this out because I'm too lazy. But look at that, properly flat load bay. The only thing that I would say, though, is that you have to reach forward or go into the rear to actually put the seats down. There's no buttons here to do it, which I think is a bit of a miss there. I definitely think I'd go for this over the XC40 though. I just think it looks cooler for the Volvo. Now the inside, that does look very familiar, if you're familiar with Volvos anyway. Right then, here we go. Very much like the XC40. Nice feeling steering wheel, nice matte touch to the buttons. Yep, they're good. That's annoying, it turns on every single time you get in the car. Buttons, again, typical Volvo build quality, good. This is nice and soft, that feels nice. Kind of a felt effect there. I like this design. Yeah, even the hardware in plastic, so to speak, aren't bad feeling at all. They feel pretty good. That's probably the worst area. Decent door bin. Nice build on that. Soft sort of textured material.
That carries on to this side.
And of course, ta-da, this is what everybody waits for.
I know, the glove box. What
the glove box.
I'm saying it's exactly the same as the XC40.
Yeah, it will
I
be,
can't remember what that was like.
No, I can't either.
Yeah, it's average.
It's a bit diddy.
It's very small, isn't it?
All right, so no bonus points there for Volvo. And whilst we're on the bonus points...
It's very poor, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
The MG key was better than that.
That is an awful key for a car that's in the 40s, 50,000 pounds bracket. Right, so your phone can charge in the wireless port there. You've got the USB chargers, of course, 12 volt, all the usual stuff. But that leads us nicely on to this, the Android tablet, essentially, that's built into all Volvos now and Polestars. It's good as a tablet, and it's reasonably responsive. So if I go to the main menu, for example,
that's okay, isn't it?
Who wants that when they're driving and keeping their eyes on the road?
Well, it's difficult to do things like change the heating.
Yeah, if you want to change the heating, you click on that and you go 2.
And you put what temperature,
you put what temperature you want. You can't just kind of push a button in and turn it. Now, that's not difficult, but it is when you got your hands on the wheel.
Doing 70 miles an hour.
On the motorway when you're driving. So I've never been a big fan of the Android system. I'm still not, even though it has improved. Seats.
Oh, it's very nice.
They are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
This for me is the family angle that Volvo are very good at. Not only have you got a good storage bin.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But what do you have when you've got a child with lots of sweets in the car? You have lots of wrappers.
Yep.
Well, you can put them in the bin.
Oh, that is brilliant.
And then when you're finished, take the bin out and empty it. But then, yeah, no, I won't say ruined, but again,
look at that.
black gloss. Look how full of fingerprints. You can't really pick it all up on camera. But essentially, yeah, you've got the black gloss affair. That's going to be scratched and look awful with all the drinks going in and out. And you'll be resting your arm there for the drive, park, reverse and so forth. They all come as standard with a panoramic roof in the C40, which I think really does. It does need it. It'd be quite dark and dismal in here. So yeah, it's actually very, very nice because as you can see there, again, not a great visibility. I don't think, judging by what I can see here, you will fit 3
I don't think you're going to
adults.
get 3 people in the back of this. No, at all. No. You've got this, which is annoying.
Well, yes.
Transmission tunnel.
Transmission tunnel in the car with no transmission going to the back. It's a full electric vehicle.
I think space in the back is not bad. It's 2 adults.
It doesn't look like there's much room above your head.
No,
though.
I think this is the compensation you have with it being.
Oh, the coupe-esque look.
Yeah, which is why I wouldn't go for this one.
Right, so 408 brake horsepower in the 4-wheel drive version.
That's a lot.
Which is literally the Polestar 2.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, it is a Polestar 2, isn't it? Ah!
I mean,
it picks up, doesn't it?
It's beyond anything it realistically ever needs, isn't it, really?
I mean, you're going to take the kids to school really quickly.
Yeah. So again, are we saying the 2-wheel drive version is probably the one to go for? Because very few people would want a 400 brake horsepower car that's a Volvo C40.
Well, I think most people who are going to be getting this are going to be coming from something around 200 brake, 150 brake.
Yeah, well, it's 230 brake in the 2-wheel drive. It's not slow, by any means. It is not quite as efficient as a lot of its rivals, just like the Polestar and the XC40.
It's big though, isn't it? It's heavy.
It's big and heavy, and it's got a big battery. I mean, the 4-wheel drive version comes with a 75 kilowatt hour, and the smaller one comes with a 67 kilowatt hour. Again, not reading that. So I like the fact that you've got options, but for me, again, I go for 2-wheel drive, the smaller battery version.
I think so.
However, the range, 190 to 215 miles from the driving and from having the XC40.
We drove it long distance last time, didn't we? So.
That's not great out of a car with a battery of this size.
No.
So it's not massively inefficient, but it's far from efficient either. I mean, compared to other cars of equivalent value, I mean, this starts at 47 grand for the base 2-wheel drive, smaller battery version. And then you can go way beyond that.
Yeah.
It's a C40.
It's a Volvo C40,
It's not an XC90 or anything like that.
I think the way that Polestar can do this is that it is a Polestar.
47 grand is the worst price bracket for competition.
It is at the moment.
Everyone else that's very, very good is essentially at that price. So again, EV6, Ioniq 5.
GV60.
GV60 just about, the Mustang Mach-E, you've got the ID range, you've got the higher Enyaqs.
I mean, the thing is, I think the people buying this are going to be, in my mind, brand loyal.
There's a lot of loyalty, I think, with Volvos, isn't there? People who have one tend to get another.
I think it's sort of, like you said earlier, it's sort of, if you know, you know, don't you? It sort of makes sense. I think you get in one and you're underwhelmed to start with. But then you start going, oh no, that's a really good thing. Oh, I really like what they've done there. And they're built so well.
Well, that's it. They're built so well. Almost the byword for reliability, but there is a bit of a confusing part with that, isn't it? The warranty on this very reliable Volvo, 3 years, 60,000 miles.
Which just seems, that's probably the minimum they're allowed to give you by law.
8 years, 100,000 on the battery side, but the car itself,
that seems bizarre.
3 years?
Yeah,
I mean, when an MG's coming with 75,000 miles, it does beg the question, why? Yeah, are they not confident in that? Clearly, they've proven over many years
that Volvos are
they will last.
reliable,
If you're saying, well, it is reliable, you won't have to spend any money on it.
Back it up with warranty.
Why not? If it's not costing you anything, why not give it?
Why not do it? Yeah.
So who buys this? Is it the discerning gentleman who's like, I don't want the riffraff of the the common stuff like the Mustang Mach-E and the Ioniq and the EV6, they're all over the place.
I want the different.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's company car, guy.
I wouldn't call this a driver's car.
No.
I would call it a good family car. Yeah. And certainly in the slower versions, very practical. You know, it's not silly or anything like this one is going.
It goes.
It does. But again, who's it aimed at? The family segment. But then when you look at the competition, you're thinking it's a tough segment.
Well, it's almost they've done their old school thing, haven't they? Of going, let's make it a sleeper.
It is a sleeper.
It's a sleeper.
But 47 is the base.
It's a lot of money.
Model. Yeah, when you're in the 50s and 60s, you're like, ooh, it's a C40. Well, would you go for this or the Polestar?
I'd go for the XC40.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of all three?
Over the Polestar, yeah. Do you know why? I think it's more bonkers than the Polestar. Because it's not meant to be.
It looks like it's someone that should do the school run,
exactly.
And yet it's really, really fast.
Yeah. A black one of those.
Yeah.
Blacked out windows.
The Polestar's got the looks, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Whereas,
the knee knocker.
Yeah, the bang knee.
There's no point where, do you know what, it's top chumps. And there's nothing on this car that's any better than anybody else.
Its build is
very good.
Extremely good, but it's no better than some of the others.
Yeah, like Genesis.
Yeah. The efficiency is not particularly that good. The speed, although fast they're equally fast out there at the same price bracket. Is it one of those all-rounders then? Is that why people like Volvos?
There is something about it though, isn't there? I think you get in it and it just sort of go, oh, it makes sense, does this? It can be nice and sedate and then you can put your foot down a little bit.
We did say in the previous ones, didn't we? Is Volvo a premium mark?
Yeah, like a BMW Mercedes. I think probably.
They've always been a premium-esque in my head as I'm growing up, but not quite at that level.
Yeah.
But is that what is that what a lot of people who get them prefer? They're off the radar.
Yeah.
No one looks at a Volvo driver with any preconceptions.
Well, the thing is, you could cut up loads of people and no one's going to say, oh,
there must be an emergency rush.
Yeah.
That's the only reason a Volvo driver would do that to me.
It must be a doctor on call.
Yeah. I do like the fact it can tow, I was slightly wrong actually, 1,800, not 1,750 kilograms.
Ah, that's an extra 50 kilos.
So you can, you know...
Tow a larger caravan.
Tow a larger caravan and annoy the people on the road.
The regen is rip your face off, isn't it?
Again, things are adjustable.
Adjustable in there.
If you can figure out where in the driving modes.
The thing is, you need somebody else in the car to alter all these things.
Yeah. Well, as you're driving, I'm finding this very difficult to adjust. Granted, you are putting your foot down. No real faults, but I would pick the competition.
There's not enough highlights for me.
Yeah.
About it. It's not enough flair.
If you like off the radar stuff,
it's vanilla ice cream. It's perfectly good, but when there's like, you know, triple chocolate chip,
yeah, cookie dough.
Yeah.
So are we saying this is a really good EV, but essentially, if we could tag one word to it, it would be missionary?
I think this is missionary.
The Volvo missionary.
Yeah,
I think that'll catch on.
I think it's going to be the new name.
You can charge at 150 kilowatts. It does 22 kilowatt AC. All fairly standard stuff. But again, compared to competitors that do up to 300, 800 volt systems, ground up EVs. Do you know why has this got a transmission tunnel?
Yeah, no, yeah. Well,
compromise.
Compromise, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's a few things which put me off. But ultimately, if somebody give me this and said, "You're going to have to live with it," I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're not saying it's a bad car, because it certainly isn't. We're just chasing down a brand new Toyota Supra because this has more power than that.
It does.
That's the 3 litre Pro, and this is quicker. A C40
Volvo. That puts it into perspective.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like the XC40, but slightly less bonkers. So
this is quicker off the mark.
Yeah, probably. We keep saying the same thing, don't we? Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, Genesis, all the usual stuff. I would prefer that over them. But if everybody listened to us, everyone's driving around in them, and these all of a sudden are, oh, you don't see many of them around, I think I'll go for one of them, because it's not as common.
Yeah.
So, don't listen to us, but do.
Yeah.
Right, well, there we go. Like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, like, comment. And don't forget to
join.
Join.
Yep, don't forget to subscribe because lots of people don't subscribe. And click the notification bell.
Ah, I've not said that enough.
No, because I don't know what that means, but
yeah,
click the notification bell.
But
you will get a bell.
To be fair, 60% of the viewers of most of my videos aren't subscribed.
Oh, shame. Shame on you.
Because they're not logged into YouTube and they don't know what it means.
It means, yeah, people are going to go, subscribe, how's that work?
Exactly.
I'll just bookmark.
Exactly. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.